Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm right on my hands is Spider-Man Volume 2, collecting issues 8 through 11. It is Who is Spider-Boy? It's written by Dan Slott and Christos Gage. Art by Mark Bagley and, let's see here, Luciano Vescio. The inkers John Dell, Andrew Hennessy. Coloring by Edgar Delgado. And lettering by Joe Caramagna. Alright. So why did I get this? I read the first issue of Spider-Boy, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of an entertaining comic. You know, there was a lighthearted, kind of goofy. Yeah, I was intrigued. You know, it's one where I wanted to find out a little bit more about Spider-Boy, but, you know, I was also not going to go dig through all my review copies and all that and basically figure out where he was everywhere. So going to my comic shop, I found this on the shelf and said, yeah, why not? We'll pick it up. We'll see what's up. And it's interesting, as it covers issues 8 through 11 of the Spider-Man series. And it's I don't know, I don't know what you'd call it, introduction, reintroduction, like, he debuted elsewhere, but this is where I think he kind of really comes into the mainstream of comics, or back into, like, the ongoing comics. And it's good. So there's kind of two halves to it. There is a story involving Spider-Man, juicing up his spidey senses and that kind of like overloading everything and everything going wrong because of that. And then the second half is Spider-Boy kind of reintroducing himself to Spider-Man and telling his history and their connection and all that stuff. And overall it's good. Like, it's entertaining, it's cute, as I can see it part of the story. Like, it's a fine tease and introduction to the character going into his own series, which it feels like this does based off of the ending. Since the villain from the first issue, Spider-Boy, is the villain they're talking about at the end of this issue. And it's good. So, like, let's talk about the two different halves of it. So the first is Spider-Man juicing up his powers. And overall, it feels like, I wouldn't say like a throwaway storyline, but like that cute, decent storyline that fills a couple issues. You know, I guess it went probably with probably 2 issues, I guess, ish, somewhere around there. It seems about right, as like it feels like so actually went 3 issues. So issue 11 is Spider-Boy. So went through issues 8, 9, 10. Feels like it's like maybe a little bit dragged out, but not in a horrible way. To me, it's more of like either a single issue or 2 issue story. Not 3 is kind of pushing it a little bit, but you know, overall it's entertaining, and I actually think the part that I liked about it isn't just the predictable of like, okay, he's getting overwhelmed by his senses, he has to deal with this, but there is a little bit more to it where, like, you know, he can sense the danger to other people, and that would include what he is doing to those other people. So if he punches a bad guy, that bad guy is obviously in danger, so he is feeling the danger that bad guy is feeling. To me, that's just a small detail that actually makes the story a little bit more interesting and entertaining. Small amount. You know, I think there's some things that just kind of feel like a little ham-fisted, a little pushed. There was a lot of focus on the, like, you know, power, with great power must come great responsibility. That just felt like it kind of like is get pushed away way too much. But like the setup and all that, like, you can feel the guilt of Peter. Like, you can get why he does what he does. But you know, it's a little choppy. Like, I've actually really enjoyed Dan Slott's run on Superior Spider-Man. This doesn't quite feel like as strong as the rating on that. The second half with Spider-Boy, like, it's cute. Like, it's an interesting introduction to the characters, an interesting background and all that. There's, of course, a lot of questions that are thrown out there due to it. But, like, overall, like, it's not bad. You know, as a single issue, reintroducing him, it works. I don't think it would work if it was multiple issues, but as like a single issue, I think it kind of gets through pretty well. So yeah, the art is good. Like, you know, Mark Bagley is a solid artist. Luciano Vescio is a solid artist. You know, it's not art that I would sit there and say it's totally memorable and, you know, hey, the scene really is gonna like stick out and, you know, you're gonna constantly remember this for like years to come. But it's good enough that, like, it looks good. Like, it's a solid art, solid design. The Spider-Boy stuff is interesting. Storyline too, the background ties with Daredevil. It's gonna be interesting to see where all that plays out. There's also some cool stuff in the back of, like, the design of Spider-Boy, which I actually really like taking through one, the costume design, and then the coloring of the costume design. I think both are actually really kind of interesting aspects. So overall, like, you know, like if you're interested in Spider-Boy and you kind of want to get more info on him and his origin and all that, like seems to be a pretty good place to start and check out. But overall, it doesn't necessarily get me super jazzed and excited to get into Spider-Man. But it fills in the gaps of the knowledge of Spider-Boy, at least, so it's interesting. You can go get this. This is out now in shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where they're affiliate links, so when you use them and purchase through that, you help support our site, so thank you. And speaking of support, just watch our videos to support us, so as always, so thank you. If you're into comics, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.